sharing with friends, and it was not coincidental that we're talking about this topic now, because Therese actually, I think, was supposed to come in and talk about this a month or two ago, and the dates didn't work out, and so then it looked like this one opened up, and I thought, oh, let's maintain the topic because it seems pretty appropriate. And I'm hoping that this is far more about a conversation than some sense that I'm the expert in the room that knows about the Baha'i election process or the spiritual principles behind that election process. We all, as Baha'is, experience this process as we live our Baha'i lives, and we know that there are different writings that counsel us to think in certain ways about that process. And so very interesting to sort of contrast those ways to the present process going on. I'm not going to make any political jokes. I've seen too many of them get into office, and so that'll be the extent of my that'll be the extent of my political jokes this evening. And this is not about one side or the other. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's really about unity. Although I'm going to start off with a quote, and then I'm hoping that as we go through this evening, I can get various people to read the different quotes that are on this sheet as I point in the room, and somebody volunteers to do that. And then there's some questions after some of these quotes too. But I'm going to read a quote, and it's actually from, and by the way, if I'm using terms like Universal House of Justice and Baha'u'llah and Abdu'l-Baha, I think everybody in the room is familiar with at least those three terms. So maybe it's worthwhile saying that Baha'u'llah was the prophet founder of the Baha'i faith. His son Abdu'l-Baha took on the next generation as Baha'u'llah passed away and left a will and testament appointing him such, and then the grandson Shoghi Effendi really became the defender of the faith, in a sense, as Abdu'l-Baha passed away. And then after that, it was the elected body of the Universal House of Justice. And since that time, and forever and more, until the next manifestation appears in 800 or 1,000 years, that seems to be about the cycle, the Universal House of Justice will really be the body that talks to us Baha'is about different aspects of the faith. So some of the principles in this,